go.
Hi guys, welcome to the stream, and we're back on. We are back on form with another win. It's our home win at Anfield. First one in 7 games, and we absolutely
Laser, my dude.
Come with the energy, Laser LFC. Come with the energy.
Whoa, yo, for me, yeah, I was in the depths of despair. I was going nuts on my stream. I thought, come on, just pull it out of the bag, and we did it. TAA, blood clots. Come with the winner. Yes, 2-1 to Liverpool. It doesn't matter that we had a bad game beforehand. We got the job done. We now lay in 4th place in the table. It's going to put the pressure on West Ham, put the pressure upon Tottenham, Leicester. We can still do this, guys. I wrote them off earlier before. I want to have egg on my face at the end of the season, and I hope we're in the Champions League. Ryan, thanks for having me on the channel as well. What's your thoughts on the game, brother?
Basically what it is Ryan's going to be observing, watching the stream alongside us, but due to some family, he's got some family things going on, so he's going to be listening in. But I'm going to be taking hostship alongside Jersey Boys, so we're going to feed off the questions.
Okay, because remember as well, guys, so to put your fitters, I'm going to be on my channel doing a live stream for 5:30 onwards. You'll be joining me as well. Stephen will be there. You're free to come along, Jersey Boy. I sent you the link earlier. So I've got to shoot off around about 25 minutes. Pass.
That's fine, mate. We're only going to do 20 minutes.
Okay,
we never do long.
All right, guys. So I'm just going to go around, introduce. There's going to be a couple of familiar faces. Obviously, I'm Finners. Alongside me, we've got Jersey Boys, Stephen Somerville, and the one and only Laser LFC.
Laser. My boy, Laser.
We're here to talk about the Aston Villa versus Liverpool fixture at Anfield. It was a very, very rare 3 p.m. kickoff for us. And I'm just going to get into the first half performance. Stephen, I'm going to go with you, mate. What are your thoughts on the first half and the team selection?
But the team selection, I thought was all right. I was surprised to see Miller in there, along with Gini and Thiago, but a lot of people found it okay. So I found, we'll go with it. But I thought the first half was doing okay, along the lines of we were attacking, we were having 6 shots on the goal. Villa never got near us at all in that first half. Unlike that first chance they had, they scored, and I'm just like, what? Are we just going to drop heads again? But no, we got Firmino got a goal, but it was offside. For me, that's not offside. If any of you would agree to that point, do you think that was offside?
It was a close call, in my opinion, Steve. And I think it's just been the story of the season, what with VAR, referees making decisions. I mean, we've seen worse go against other teams, and it would be very, very small mindset for us to actually say we're one of the only clubs that has happened to. When as a guest on the previous stream, Big Up Conroy, had mentioned yesterday, I don't know if anyone's seen the Fulham and Wolves game, how tight that decision was for the goal.
That was mad.
Yeah.
So I think it is the story of the season. Conroy makes a very valid point, which has only been brought to my attention today, that there's leagues throughout Europe, namely the Netherlands, that do give a 10mm margin to attacking phase play. So if there's a 10mm margin in Holland, what happens is the original decision, if it's called as offside, that they'll disallow the goal. If it's onside, they'll allow the goal. They'll go with the original decision. So there's not as much overriding, and I genuinely think that other leagues handle the VAR situation better than us. We have got another member with us. However, I'm unable to pull him into the show. Jersey has
can't do it. It's only Ryan who can do it.
KK's here.
Welcome, Joe. You might have missed the start of the stream, but what we're doing is we're just going around one by one. Here comes Alid of Clock Talk TV. Glad to have you on board. And Demo Dre. Demo Dre. So, guys,
come on. Big up Demo Dre. Big up Demo Dre. Big up to everyone. Big up to everyone.
So basically, guys, I'm just going to run you through what we've caught up with. Ryan's got some family issues to deal with, so he's put myself and Jersey in charge. Jersey's going to be flagging up comments, and he's going to be bringing people in and out of the chat. And what I'm going to do is overall just host it. for Demo and Klopp and Joe, who have just come in. I've just asked, what are your thoughts on the first half and the team selection? We're going to go with Laser now because Stephen's just had his say on the matters.
Sure.
So, Laser, what are your thoughts on the team selection? You're all good. You're all good.
Yeah. The team selection, I thought it was all right. I thought it was the right choice, bringing Milner in for captains, for the captain, give a bit of an experienced head, and that urgency as well, because he gives his all. In any game he plays in, he might not have the legs anymore because of his age, but he gives his all. But for me, in the first half, the game was a bit bitty, but I'm going to get some stats up here. We had, I think it was 11 shots. We had a total of 23 shots in that game, but Villa had the more clear-cut chances. They had, I think it was 4 on target in the first half. But for me, as you stated in the offside goal, it was tight. And I thought, here we go again. I celebrated like a madman. For same old story again, But I think they've got to change it up, as you alluded to, with margin for error. I think they've got to give the benefit of the, to their attackers, because it's so close and tight. It spoils the enjoyment of the game. Do you know what I'm saying? But overall, I thought we could have played better in the first half. We were good, but we could have played a much more better. I thought Mane should have come on earlier, but when he did come on in the second half, it wasn't the Mane that we know. I don't know if he was out celebrating or what, because it was his birthday. But then again, he doesn't drink because he's Muslim. But he just looked tired for me when he came on. He was coming deep for the ball.
Cool. Laser, we'll come into the second half.
Okay.
I'm just going to go to Alid now. Alid, what are your thoughts, Klopp Talk TV?
About the first half, yeah?
First half and Klopp's decision to obviously play kind of, in my opinion, it was more of a conservative kind of defensive midfield three.
Yeah. He obviously went with that conservative defensive midfielder three. Think that obviously I think that was in preparation for the Madrid game, because I feel like that's the task for the Madrid game in holding them out. So I feel like getting that conservative middle three ready for that was probably the most important thing. But obviously try and beat Villa at the same time. Look, I felt like we were the nearly team again. I felt like it was much of this, like the last 6 games that we've lost at Anfield. Because of the fact that we weren't putting our chances on target. Look, we were making chances, that was a positive, but we were putting them wide and we had very few on target. And look, to get that goal, which I think it was onside personally, but or if you're going to be pedantic about it, I think it was very harsh on us. But I think it was an average first half, and we come into our own in the second half, I think.
Okay, so Demo, what are your thoughts, mate? We're going to go over to you before we save Joe for last.
Yeah, so for me, I thought the lineup was decent. The big question was going to be would Klopp drop Sadio, and he did, and he went with that. I know a lot of people wanted Thiago, but with eyes on Real Madrid, I thought Thiago was being held back for the Real Madrid game because he made the mistake of not starting him in the last game. So I think he'd want him for the other leg at home. And so I thought the first half, I know Laser mentioned the shots on target for Aston Villa, but I thought they only had one clear-cut chance, and it was that Konza header that he just headed back to Alisson. Because a couple other shots, I think that Bertrand Traore was a trickled shot that barely rolled to Alisson. That counts as a shot on target. So I'm not too fussed about the shots on target. I thought we were the better team. Salah was just not clinical enough. He had to score one of those chances. I thought Wijnaldum, he looked kind of shaky too. He didn't know whether he wanted to shoot or pass, and he looked confused when he got into the final third. But all in all, I thought we were the better team slightly in the first half, and we were robbed a goal, man. We should have gone in at halftime at 1-1. So
Joe, what do you have to say? What do you have to say, bro?
Yeah, man. So obviously pandemonium at the end, absolute limbs. But on the team lineup, it was an interesting lineup. Obviously, I think it's a kind of split decision on Milner because, like, in terms of his footballing ability, obviously there are better players, granted, but he brings that leadership, brings that experience. And obviously, I thought he pressed really well today. I did think he pressed Villa's midfield quite well. They made a few mistakes in the first half, and that was down to a good pressing. So it was a decent lineup. And look, the first half was very controlled. We just didn't put our chances away, and they had a really sloppy goal. It was a good first half performance, but It's just, I was pissed, man. Like, we should have been 1-0, 2-0 up. We've got to stop doing this. We need to convert these chances. And, like, against Leeds, Leeds have a bad defense.
Yeah.
They're going to give us a lot. We've got to be more ruthless in front of goal. Touch, bang, touch, bang. None of this tippy-tappy ballerina stuff in the area,
No,
Shoot
for
the ball
sure,
in the
man.
goal.
For sure,
Yeah,
man.
I agree, mate.
So I'm just going to say my little point is on the first half and team selection. Obviously, we all know the midfield three with Keita started against Real Madrid. I think we was desperately crying out to protect the back four. And I think Klopp couldn't have picked a better midfield three to protect Trent and Robbo. And I think there was just rewards from the first whistle. Obviously, I think Robbo played, especially in that first half, one of the better games I've seen, especially of 2021. He was bombing up and down. He was zipping up and down. He was playing balls, diagonal passes, cutting passes through in the midfield. Trent had a lot of attacking prowess about him. He looked like his mind was back in the game. And I just think the fluidity of the front three was exceptional. To create as many chances as we did, it was a completely polarized and completely different kind of aspect of our game compared with the Real Madrid game. And I think that's what we really, really expected to see us do in the first leg of the Real Madrid game, is be so fluid and positive and sharp. But yeah, I can agree with the majority of you who have said that we really need to work on our clinical attitude. And I just genuinely think that Mo Salah's opportunity where he kind of toe poked it wide of the post I think he is a victim of his own kind of game, really, because there aren't many strikers in that sense that have managed to bury as many chances as that. We all know Salah can do. We all know Salah can react like that and score goals like that. But I just think that there aren't many strikers out there that can either just toe poke it over or chip it over the goalie with such a tight angle and the speed of the pass. And not to say that it should have gone wide. Someone like Salah on his best form would really have finished that. Yeah, 100%. Okay, so I'm just going to go around the lobby again. And
hold up, Finn. Just before you go to the next half. The Alisson, he has to save that, bro. He has to save that.
Does.
Mad, man.
Very good point. Very good
for a
point.
minute, no, but yeah, go ahead.
I mean, so the last two goals that Alisson has scored was obviously this goal today against Aston Villa, where it's just gone past him, and then it was the third goal against Real Madrid.
Yeah.
And I think all of us in the chat here can agree resolutely that they were kind of goalkeeping errors. I mean, the defense could have done more, especially with Phillips being nutmegged in Real Madrid fixture. But I think positionally, Kabak and Phillips need to work on that and be more in sync with one another. And I think if we had someone like VVD chaperoning either Phillips or Kabak, I think positionally they would improve massively. So I don't think it's a problem for us going forwards. But for the rest of the games this season, especially that Real Madrid tie, they're going to have to be in sync with each other and be positionally switched on. They're going to have to communicate with each other. And I think that's another thing today is having the defensive midfield three with Wijnaldum, Thiago and Milner. There's so much more protection there. And I think it did come to fruition for us. But obviously, we're still coming up to speed. We know what our consistency is like. And I'm going to go with JK. Second half thoughts, mate. Second half thoughts.
Well, I can't lie. I mean, obviously there was the game, but then there was also the live stream. So like my focus was kind of on the watch along and the game, which it was good entertainment. It was kind of frustrating because the second half I didn't feel we had as much control on the ball. We weren't creating as many chances. It looked like the game was running away from us. The substitutions they weren't bad. They were positive. Some people would say they were a bit too late. But yeah, like we got the goal. We were 1-0 down, and at the end of the day, we came back to win 2-1. And that's the Liverpool of old. That's the Liverpool grinding deep. That's the Liverpool working to the end. That's the Liverpool we saw last season, the season before. We saw at the beginning of the season, never giving up. The never give up attitude is what it's all about. And we pushed to the end, and it's incredible. It really is so good that we got the win, and we can hope, we can believe, but at least it gives us a better chance of top four. I'll just say it
well
like
said, massively well said, especially the point on grinding out like the last 10 minutes. I think that's what kind of the unbeaten run that we had last season was due to the fact that we turned up in the last 10 minutes of these games. And I think we're starting to see flashes of it now, where I think Klopp's trying to kind of condition the chaps now and say, look, the momentum will come if you just keep resilient and you just keep plugging away. Laser, what are your thoughts? Talk to me.
We were a lot better in the second half. The first half, we tried to make things happen. We were working it. But the second half, I thought when Thiago come on, you could see he added more steel. you know, and creativity. Wijnaldum's head was dropped for me. You could tell, I don't know if it's his head's elsewhere because of what's going on with the Barcelona and the contract situation. And he never had a good game midweek against Real Madrid anyway. But for me, bringing on Mane helped as well, you know, with that more drive, urgency, creativity. And then bringing on Shaq right at the end sort of helped as well, man. I thought we made a real goal for it right at the end. We never gave up. We kept battling, kept probing, kept pushing, and something was going to happen. I knew we were going to get one chance, and I was screaming. I'm a streamer. I was like, somebody shoot. And then the goal from TAA, you know what I mean? Well taken. We needed it. And for me, I said the performance wasn't going to matter. Do you know what I mean? Because we could have a good performance, then it might not count for anything against Real Madrid. But massive 3 points, man. It's a massive, because we're in the top 4 spaces now on goal difference.
And may I add, what an absolute finish. We've not seen glimpses of Trent's finishing like that for quite some time. And he's just tucked it in the bottom corner. That's the finesse. He's taken it perfectly. He's been surrounded with split seconds to pull the trigger on that shot. And I think he's come in clutch. I mean, anyone that watches the NBA, that was a buzzer beater type goal, man. Yeah. And really, it sent us wild. Please do watch Ryan LFC's previous stream if you've got time to just catch the end. I mean, people might even end up clipping that. So please keep an eye on TikTok and Instagram and all of that, because Joe's reaction was absolutely wild. So props to you, Joe.
Bro, I can't help my. It's Liverpool. It's the last minute. It's pandemonium.
Okay, so Demo, I'm going to just, sorry to cut you, Joe. Demo, I'm going to come to you. I'll go to Stephen, and then Alid, we'll finish up with you, buddy.
Yeah, sure. Just quickly, I actually don't think we were better in the second half. I thought we had more control in the first half. I thought that we were pushing to get the goal, and I thought Aston Villa had like probably 2 clear-cut chances that they hit the post with one, and then Ross Barkley, I thought, missed a chance to take us out the game as well. But as I know with Liverpool, bro, I know we haven't been good in this season, and what's gone is gone. But for me, going forward, I don't want to judge what's gone as what's going to happen in the future. And I thought that we grew into the second half when Thiago came on. Klopp made that decision to take Kabak off, and we went 3 at the back with Fabinho there in the back line, and Trent was all the way up like a right winger. I mean, that's how he got the goal in a sense. And I thought that I actually thought we were going to win the game regardless. I thought we were the better team over the 95 minutes. They had chances, but we ran the game for me. And a fully deserved win. All the criticism Trent has got, he's taken it in his head. And, I mean, he's had a bad game against Real Madrid. But with Southgate there at Anfield watching, Southgate.
Sorry, before we shoot up, can I stop you? I don't think Trent had a good game overall, despite his game. He was very heated again today, and he was disciplined.
He calmed himself down, though. He didn't.
Yeah,
he didn't react.
I think he has to give a much better of account of himself next week against Madrid, because they're going to target him again. Do you know what I mean? He's going to just remain composed, and his mentality is going to be switched on, man. Because there was moments in that game, I'm sure. I think it might have been at the start of the second half. It was a kick out. Was it on Trezeguet?
Yeah, it was out wide. It was out wide, yeah.
God, VIR's going to have a look. You know what I mean? He's got
He did turn it around, though, there later. And it's flashes of progress. And I think a lot of us in the community, especially like everyone that's here, I think we all really want to see improvements, not just defensively, but with his mentality and discipline. Of course, and I think, obviously, this could be the first of many games going forward now, especially a season like this is completely unprecedented for Liverpool, especially with the elite players that we've had, the amount of injuries. Obviously, players are completely knackered. They're being stretched to their very limits. And then obviously one thing that will go when you know that there aren't necessarily people that can actually have astute replacements for you on the bench. Yeah. The onus is often put onto the players and the pressure does overwhelm. Someone of Trent's ilk, 22-year-old, come through the academy, Scouser, raw passion, brings that passion through the team. And I think often it can be mistaken, but you see people like Steven Gerrard act in very similar manner growing up throughout that Liverpool team that we've seen. And I think because he's not in the centre of the park dictating play and things like that, I think people just often overlook it. But I think he's just trying to bring that spice, that flavour. Like, you can't come to me and try mugging me off. Like,
he's very passionate, man. You know,
for me, when it comes to Trent, when it comes to Trent and his emotions, like I know, like you know, we've done it on the streams. I know a few of you guys have said, "Oh, I wish Trent would calm down a bit." Like, for me, I love it. I hope he I don't want him to calm down, because it gives the game a spice. It makes the game even better. better. Like Trent reacting, I know it's not like the best for the team, but I want to see him reacting. It shows your passion, it shows your love for the team, it shows your emotions in the game. That's like part and parcel of football. Like, I want to see that. If there's no reaction, then it's just like robots.
Oh, Joe, I'm going to cut you there. Laser, can you give a response, and then we're going to go to Stephen for his thoughts on the second half.
What's this now? What's the question?
Well,
you just you broke up there, Finners.
Sorry, so your views on Trent, sorry, and then we're going to go to
exactly what JK was saying. You know, he's very emotional. He's a Scouse. He's born a Red. You can tell he plays with so much passion and intensity. But for me, like I stated, he's just got to know when to pick it at the right times. You know what I'm saying? Especially with cameras on him and stuff like that. You know, he could get himself sent off, so he's got to be careful. You know, because I noticed in a few games he always does a little flick out or little nudge, he squares up to players. And I like to see that. Do you know what I mean? I love to see that raw passion, but he's just got to be careful with it. And I'm hoping he can have the best game he can do this season against Real Madrid, because we're going to need him. We're going to need him immensely. You know, he's one of our big guns. As you said, he's only 22. He's young. You know, that's a young age. You're coming to the team, what was he, 18? It's been his 4th season now. We're going to need him to stand up. We're going to need the rest of our players to stand up. But Trent Alexander-Arnold is a world-class player. He's just lost his way this season. And mark my words, he'll be back, guys. You know, we all know, quality player, world-class in his position. He needs to work on the defensive side of his game. He will be back to his best, I should say. That's my take on it.
Class words from Laser, I think.
Yeah, and guys, anyway, I've got to shoot off now. I've got to have a tinkle, sort some stuff out, and get ready for the next stream. So see you on the other side, all right, guys?
All the best, Laser.
See you later. See you
on the other side, yeah? All right.
Stephen, just shoot away then. Shoot away, mate. Second half thoughts. Any ideas? What you've got to say on the substitutions, Klopp's tactical decisions?
Right. Halftime comes, right, and I'm going. We're not going to turn up here. I've seen it too many times. 6 losses at home, you know, and I thought coming out the second half, we were just doing the similar things. You can sense the goals coming. And then Mo Salah, Jota brings the ball into Mo Salah, and he just buries it. And I'm going, right, let's go here. This is something different here. Then after that, I don't know, Aston Villa counter attack back. They nearly scored, and I'm just like, oh wow, how lucky we got there. But I thought after that, we kind of just played it down a wee bit. We didn't particularly look like we were going to go for it in the end. But I thought that Klopp's substitutions were, I think, positive in a way. I think all right, positive. But I think the right choices. I think Thiago definitely helped coming on for, I think it was Wijnaldum or Miller. And then I think at the end, Shaqiri comes on, and then the rest of history. Trent bangs that goal in, and it's just absolutely brilliant the way he just shoots it. You know, you can see his reaction at the end. It's just brilliant. And for me, Trent is not done here. Trent is not done. You know, David Beckham and all these young players would have gone through it at the time. And then they ended up getting more better as their careers progress. He's still young. He's 22. He's going to improve. At the end of the day, we've got the W, and the top 4 still on. But Madrid is going to be tough. But listen, I think today was more important to get the win in terms of the top 4. But we're still in the fight and of the Reds. But it's just brilliant all around.
Good words, good views there. Great views as per usual from Stephen. We're going to move over to Alid.
Yeah, I felt like that second half. I think we got. I didn't think that we got much better. I think we neutralized them better, but I didn't think that they were out of the game. I always thought that they had a chance in them. And I felt like we cut that. Alisson should have saved that shot. I think that's easy for everyone to say. But that second half, when Salah got the goal, I was like, right, let's go, let's get that winner. But to be honest, I didn't really see it until late on when he obviously made them changes and bringing Shaq on, bringing Thiago on. It definitely brought something else to the game and a little bit more pace. And I think Mane, I think he still looks a bbit tired, though. I still think some of his passing is just the shot at the end, which, we did win the game. But, in like Mane last season, the season before, he would be scoring that. And, I'm so happy that we got the win. It was a really good, well-taken goal by Trent, world-class finish. And look, Southgate's in the crowds. And if Trent keeps proving these performances, and I hope that, he still is passionate. I think being passionate's a good thing, but you've got to control that. And I think with age, with more appearances, I think that composure will come into his game due to the experience element that obviously he would have gained. So, look, a lot of positives to take from it, a lot of negatives which we can work on. And yeah, I mean, the media's off our back now about the home loss statistic, and now hopefully we can push on for that Madrid game in midweek and get that win. Come on, you Reds, you'll never walk alone.
Let's go.
Massive.
Let's go.
Absolutely massive. Class points from Klopp Talk TV. Just before we wind it up, can I get, starting with Demo, can I get your man of the matches, please, guys? We're going to go from Demo across the bottom up to Stephen and back to me at the end.
Yeah, well, on the watch along, I was saying that whoever scored the winner would be my man of the match. I would have given it to Trent. But I think, to be fair, I think Fabinho had a great game today. It might have gone unnoticed, but I thought he had a great game. So I'd probably give it to Fabinho today.
Nice one. Klopp Talk?
Yeah, I feel like obviously Trent getting the winner. Obviously, I think man of the match is about man of the moment and who pops up with that defining moment in the game. Look, I would have gone with Trent, but like Demo said, I felt like Fabinho had a very good game today. He solidified that back four. Look, we did concede. I still feel the back, Nat Phillips and Kabak were a little bit shaky again today. Trent, a little bit erratic. But I felt like Fabinho was really confident just because the other players were average, let's just say, for that 60 minutes. And then they really turned on the heat the last 30 and really put the pressure on. So I'd go Fabinho.
Good. Class. Just want to say big up to Ish Masters in the chat. He's my boy from day. So thanks for being here, brother. JK, man of the match?
Yeah. Well, I feel like I just want to give it to Trent for the absolute bedlam at the end. I mean, what a goal, a clutch moment. The press has been on him, everyone's been on him, and he comes up and does that. It's just in front of Gareth Southgate. It's incredible. He didn't really have a bad game as well. I think he was, like you said, Aled, I think he was a bit erratic, but he didn't. He looked okay. He was fine.
Yeah,
so I really do want to give it to Trent. That Fabinho, yeah, Fabinho had a good game, but I'm going to give it to Trent.
Nice one. And Stephen?
Me rounding off. I want to give it to Trent as well. I think we all want to give it to Trent, but I'm going overall for Fabinho because I'll tell you why. If you think of the last 6 games we've lost, we weren't attacking, we weren't scoring that last minute goal at Anfield to really push us on. Like today made a difference because I think Fabinho, what he does to help Kabak and Phillips really helps, and Fabinho's really good in his role. And so for me, Fabinho's man of the match because he was in midfield and we finally won a game at Anfield. Let's go.
Yes, big words, massive words from Stephen Somerville as per usual. I'm actually going to round this up with my thoughts. Basically, I actually going to down his side of the wing, and I think what he did is overlooked defensively. I think he actually did so well on his side, and Robbo as well. I think first half Robbo done exceptionally. I think both of our wing backs today were atypical of this massive team that we've supported all our lives, especially in this last 4 years.
You just got to hope they have to keep that going against Madrid because
I'm just going to extend on your point there, Stephen, mate, because I genuinely think without Fabinho and CDM, I wouldn't give them the least to do their jobs in as effectively as they have done. And I think obviously Wolverhampton, where we won 1-0, was one of the first games where Fabinho got put back into CDM. I think it was a game or two before that. Obviously, we've seen Phillips and Kabak kind of shape our centre-back partnership, and it's continued since. And I think you can see the upswing in results. Obviously, we've won 1-0 at Wolves. We've had a 3-0 win at Arsenal, and now we've got a 2-1 win at home at Aston Villa. I think our form is on an upswing, and if we take this momentum going into the Real Madrid fixture, we could see one of those absolutely titanic kind of European nights. And I really hope, for the sake of the boys and go ahead, mate. Go ahead.
Do you know what I hope as well? Imagine that there's no crowd there at Anfield. You want to have the crowd in there, but do you know what I would like before the game? The red bus that comes into Anfield on by the road. I just want to see as much as fans there as possible. Just socially distance away. Just have fans out there. Just clapping
Anfield
the boys
treatment.
on.
Yeah,
clapping the boys
love
on,
it.
Clapping the boys on when they get into that the ground on the bus. Just show your support because
Yeah, I want to
match
see
will
all the
be more-
pyrotechnics. I want to see the red smoke flares. I want to see it all going on. I want to see it literally. I literally want to see it all going on because this is what we really, really miss. Obviously, Liverpool are emphatically known to be that sort of massive fan base. Obviously, we support the boys with the 12th man. Often we're called the 12th man, and I just think it'll do us wonders going into the next fixture now. But yeah, if everyone said their piece, I just want to thank you all for jumping on. Thank you for Ryan LFC for having us on. Is there anything that anyone wants to add just before we do finish up?
Top 4 is on. That's it. Been saying
yes. Oh yes.
Let's hope. Let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously we're looking for Palace to do us a massive favour tonight. Fingers crossed for the Eagles.
I think they can do something. I think they can do something. Chelsea had an intense game in midweek. Palace, they've got a few good players on their lineup. You know, Eze's playing, Zaha's playing, Ayu's playing. Surely they can get something.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. But okay, thanks for all the viewers. Thanks for commenting. Please do drop a subscribe to Ryan LFC. It's the road to 7K, so each and everyone's going to be appreciated. Just before we wrap it up, I'm sure you'll be seeing us all regularly feature on Ryan LFC and as well as each of their individual pages. So starting with Klopp Talk TV, can you just guide the people over to your channel, please?
Yeah. Subscribe to Klopp Talk TV. We're so close to 800 subs. So yeah, just smash a sub. And yeah. Hope you enjoy the content. And yeah, just sub if you love Liverpool, innit?
Yeah. So as far as I'm aware, Demo, you've not got your own channel, have you?
No, I don't.
Okay. Still yet to. So we got a few journeymen in here.
I'm a journeyman.
So it's the new wave journeyman because Daz and Conroy have just launched their channel. So it's the next school. It's the new era of
It's the next gen. The next gen.
Yeah. So just once again, thank you very much for having us all. I've been It's Finners, and it's been a pleasure to have absolutely all of you on with us. So yeah, until next time.
All right, man.
Cheers, guys.
Big up.
Cheers,
Bye.
lads.
See ya.
Bye, guys. See ya.
Bye.